Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Cree. Today I'm going to be showing my pitch for the OSRS Sailing Island Player Generated Competition, whatever. Not AI generated. This is going to be based off of the Sabaody Archipelago arc of One Piece, as far as lore wise, what the hell's going on here. And we're not going to be introducing too many new enemies. I'm mainly driven by like giving us more mini games and things to do in sailing and ways to kind of balance things out. But without further ado, let's get into the island itself. So here's Black Box Island on the minimap. The Void Knight outpost is right over here, so we're going to be northeast, southwest of it, and then south of Varlamore. Right in the Shrouded Ocean. This is kind of a nice open area in the water where there's not too much things going on. So this is kind of a nice place to develop something as well as such as this. So the actual island itself, we have, as you can see, there are points of interest. 2 docking points on the west and east sides of the island. We have a bounty hunters bar, a shopping district, a bank, and the free the hostages minigame. There are going to be other minigames in the bounty hunter bar and on each of the docks. I just kind of forgot to put that in as I was getting further and further into developing this project. So as far as unlocking the island, we're going to be doing a quest called Rescue. It's going to require you to have 60 sailing with one or more crewmates on your ship. Talk to any of the Tortugans, whichever one on the Great Conch. A Tortugan has been kidnapped from the Great Conch by a pirate. You and your crewmate are tasked with rescuing them and returning them home. All we know is that the pirate said that the Tortugans will sell for a ton at the auction house. An NPC on the dock will say they heard rumors about the auction house and that the nobles of Gielinor visit to hire help. Hint, hint, if you're familiar with this arc of One Piece, Sabaody Archipelago. One of your crewmates that you are required to have to start this quest will remember hearing a rumor about an island south of Varlamore that was said to be lawless and conduct actions like this. So, long story short of the quest, at the island, you see a bunch of NPCs held in cells in the auction house. You talk to the Tortugan, you break them out, you sail back to the Great Conch from the island while being chased by pirates, specifically the crew that kidnapped this Tortugan, and you either evade them or you sink their ship in ship combat, because this quest is going to give us the ability to shoot cannons and other ammunition at pirate ships on the ocean of Gielinor. So, rewards: you get access to Black Box Island after the quest, some sailing XP, and the bow cannon schematic. So this is basically just going to be a schematic to have a cannon pointing towards your bow, towards the front of the ship. So, this way, just like, in my brain it makes sense. Jagex, if you don't want to implement this, cool. At least let us turn the cannon so we can fire directly forward. I just think it'd be a nifty thing to do. So, as far as new activities goes, you have freeing the hostages, pirate bounty hunter, and the royal guard. So freeing hostages is basically doing the same exact thing you've been doing for the quest Rescue. Just talk to any of the NPCs that's being held in the cell at the auction house. They're going to tell you which port is their home port. You're going to break them out, sail them home while evading pursuing pirates, and most likely sinking the pirate ships that are coming after you. It's going to make this a lot easier of a task to get them back home. For rewards, you're going to get some sailing XP and some keys, or maybe even just one key, maybe multiple keys, to the chest in the auction house. So, the other activity to do is the Pirate Bounty Hunter. You do this by talking to a pirate or a royal at the Bounty Hunter's bar. They're going to be looking to collect on a reward of some degenerate pirate that's sailing in the area that's evaded capture by either the Varlamore government, the Sadius government, or even just the regular Misthalin government. All you gotta do, find their ship, sink it, bring them, as in that specific pirate, back to the bar, and collect your cut of the bounty. You get some sailing XP, some gold, and another key to the auction house chest, depending on how infamous that pirate was. The final thing to do here is the Royal Guard. You talk to any of the emissary or just, diplomats representing whatever countries some of these royals come to the Black Box Islands and do. They're going to be looking for extra security to help protect the royal ship heading back from Black Box Island to home from various pirates in the area that are trying to plunder them. All you gotta do is follow the ship, sink and kill any NPCs that threaten the royal ship on their way home. And once you've docked at that home point safely with the royals, you're going to get your reward, which is going to be sailing XP, gold, or keys to the auction house chest. What is the auction house chest? Okay, this is how we're going to introduce some new items with this island. It's in the auction house and contains various black market goods alongside any sort of plunder sold by the pirates. We don't ask questions about how the pirates got these things based on, it's an auction house. Hint, hint. You need an auction house key, but it has a couple of new islands for sailing. You get a deep sea staff as a potential item, deep sea bow, a deep sea halberd, ring of Davy Jones, and just random cosmetic flags to put on your boat, I guess. So, as far as all the deep sea weapon goes, you just need 60 sailing and then 60 of their respective class to equip. Obviously, the staff will require magic, the bow requires ranged, halberd requires strength. The staff, maybe we let it autocast ancients. If not, just autocasting standard is fine. It wouldn't default to one or the other, hopefully. It would just have the ability to do both. The deep sea bow, again, just fire any arrows. Deep sea halberd, I would like to let this be able to hit things 3 tiles away, just so you can hit, sharks, krakens, whatever, without having to ride directly up on them, even though that kind of defeats the purpose of a melee weapon. So, the Ring of Davy Jones. It requires 60 sailing, and by default, it'll increase your sailing speed by 10%. You can charge it into the Ring of Davy imbued with water runes, and each rune is going to give your cannons a 30% chance of not consuming a cannonball, similar to the Ava device, but every time you trigger this, it'll consume one of your charges. Music, we're looking for similar vibes to One Piece, just like the slice of life music that plays whenever they're screwing around on their boats. But, yeah, that's it. That's the pitch. Jagex, I'm going to email you, and hopefully one or more of these ideas get implemented. If you agree or disagree with any of these takes, comment down below. But, hey, back to sailing we go.